Imagine living a life unfazed by the turmoil of the world, immune to the ebb and flow of fortune, and fortified against the trials that life inevitably throws your way. Sounds like an unattainable dream, doesn't it? But what if I told you that the key to such a life has been around for thousands of years, waiting for you to discover it? Welcome to today's special video, a complete guide to the modern-day Stoic. In our chaotic modern lives, we are often swept away by the torrents of emotions, distractions, and worldly desires. Amidst the noise and the haste, the wisdom of Stoicism stands like a rock, steadfast and unyielding, offering a path towards inner peace, self-discipline, and mental resilience. Our first milestone on this path is mastering the art of letting go. Here, you'll learn not just to differentiate between the things you can control and those you can't, but also to willingly let go of the latter. Through Stoicism and the practice of minimalism, we can declutter our external and internal worlds, making room for more meaningful pursuits. Once we've made room in our lives for what truly matters, the next step is to fortify our willpower. How to build self-discipline guides you along the Stoic path to greatness. We're talking about cultivating virtues, restraining impulses, and living a life aligned not with society's ever-changing whims, but with timeless principles that bring true fulfillment. Now, with a disciplined self, we confront life's challenges head-on. That's where the unbreakable mind comes in. We'll delve into 10 powerful lessons that will arm you with the mental toughness needed to navigate the rough seas of life. This isn't about blind optimism, it's about robust mental frameworks that help you remain unswayed in the face of adversity. Last but not least, prepare to unshackle your mind. You'll discover 10 transformative Stoic lessons designed to liberate you from self-imposed limitations. When you know the right levers to pull within your mind, you can become the master of your own emotions and actions, changing the quality of your life almost instantly. The Stoic wisdom we'll cover today has the power to make you invulnerable to the chaos of the external world. It offers you a sense of peace and contentment that no external event can shatter. It's a journey towards mastering the art of living, a life of virtue, wisdom, and sheer unshakable strength. So take a deep breath. Prepare to be enlightened, emboldened, and emancipated as we navigate through the wisdom of the modern-day Stoic. Imagine waking up in a serene space where every item you own has a purpose and a place. Your mind is clear and your heart is light. Now imagine facing the storms of life with an unwavering spirit, knowing that the only things you can control are your thoughts and actions. These seemingly utopian ideas are not out of reach, but are the heart of minimalism and Stoicism, two philosophies that, though born centuries apart, converge on the path to a meaningful life. Welcome to Minimalism and Stoicism, letting go for a meaningful life. In this video, we will embark on a journey that peels back the layers of materialism and unravels the wisdom of ancient sages, guiding you towards a life that is not just lived, but cherished. Let's begin by addressing the burgeoning modern minimalist movement. Minimalism is not just an aesthetic, it's a lifestyle. It's about stripping away the unnecessary, the clutter that weighs down our spaces and minds, and focusing on what truly adds value to our lives. Originating in the mid-20th century, minimalism began as an art movement emphasizing simplicity and objectivity. It gradually seeped into various aspects of culture, including architecture, music, and lifestyle. Today, people are embracing minimalism to reclaim their time, space, and mental clarity. They are finding that by letting go of the physical clutter, they are able to foster relationships, pursue passions, and experience a richness that material possessions cannot offer. Now, let us traverse back in time to the bustling streets of ancient Athens, where Stoicism took root around the 3rd century BC. Like minimalism, Stoicism is also about simplifying, but it primarily focuses on internal simplicity. It is a philosophy that teaches the development of self-control, rationality, and virtue as means to achieve a contented life. Stoicism helps individuals differentiate between what is in their control and what is not, advocating for a focus on the former and a detachment from the latter. Through the wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus, we learn that contentment does not lie in external circumstances, but in our perceptions and reactions. The thread that binds minimalism and Stoicism is the art of letting go. Minimalism encourages us to let go of physical excesses, while Stoicism imparts the wisdom of letting go of emotional burdens and attachments. Both philosophies converge on the idea that in simplicity and detachment there is freedom. Freedom to pursue a life that is meaningful, purposeful, and contented. In this video, we will take a deep dive into the nuances of both minimalism and Stoicism. We will explore their origins, core principles, and the benefits they bring to the tapestry of human life. We will also compare and contrast these philosophies and discuss practical ways to integrate them into our daily lives. Through case studies and testimonials, we will see how real individuals have transformed their lives by embracing these concepts. Finally, we will reflect on the lessons learned and encourage you to take steps towards adopting aspects of minimalism and Stoicism that resonate with you. Prepare to challenge your notions of what it means to lead a fulfilling life as we embark on this enlightening journey through the realms of minimalism and Stoicism. The road to a meaningful life is paved with intention, virtue, and the courage to let go of the superfluous. Let us walk this path together. Moving forward, let's immerse ourselves in the first part of our discussion, understanding minimalism. The minimalist movement as we know it today was not born in isolation. It has its roots in various art forms, particularly visual arts and music, which emerged in the late 1950s and early 1960s. These art forms emphasized the use of simple elements and rejected the idea that art must be complex to be meaningful. As time progressed, this ideology transitioned into lifestyle. Minimalism as a lifestyle gained traction in the early 2000s as people began to question the consumerist culture that dominated society. They yearned for a simpler, more meaningful way of life, free from the trappings of material possessions. This was the genesis of the modern minimalist movement, a response to the excesses of consumerism and a search for contentment beyond material wealth. Now, let's delve into the core principles that form the bedrock of minimalism. First and foremost, minimalism is about simplification. It's about removing the excess, the unnecessary, and the distractions, and making room for what truly matters. This could mean decluttering your home, streamlining your commitments, or even pruning your social media. It's about creating a space, both physically and mentally, that reflects your values and priorities. The second core principle is intentionality. Minimalism isn't just about getting rid of stuff. It's about making conscious, deliberate decisions about what to keep in your life and what to let go of. It's about asking yourself, does this add value to my life? Does this align with my goals and values? Intentionality is about living with purpose and not on autopilot. It is about making choices that are reflective of the life you want to lead. The third pillar is a focus on quality over quantity. In a consumerist society, we are often led to believe that more is better. Minimalism challenges this notion. It's not about having fewer things for the sake of it, but about having the right things. It's about investing in quality items and relationships that stand the test of time, rather than accumulating a plethora of things that serve no real purpose. With these principles in mind, let's explore the multifaceted benefits of adopting a minimalist lifestyle. First, minimalism can lead to mental clarity. By reducing clutter and distractions, we can create an environment that is conducive to focus and creativity. Our minds are not bogged down by the chaos around us, allowing us to think more clearly and make better decisions. Another profound benefit is financial freedom. By being intentional about our purchases and focusing on quality over quantity, we can significantly reduce unnecessary spending. This can lead to savings, less debt, and the financial freedom to pursue passions and experiences that are truly meaningful. Moreover, minimalism has a positive impact on the environment. By consuming less, we reduce our carbon footprint. The production and disposal of goods are major contributors to environmental degradation. When we choose to live with less and make sustainable choices, we are not only improving our own lives, but also contributing to the well-being of our planet. However, like any movement, minimalism has its share of criticisms and misconceptions. One common criticism is that it is a privilege to be able to choose to live with less, and that this lifestyle is not accessible to everyone. Moreover, some argue that minimalism can become yet another form of consumerism, where individuals continuously replace old items with new, minimalist ones. Additionally, there is a misconception that minimalism means living in deprivation or that it's a one-size-fits-all solution. It is important to recognize that minimalism is a tool, not a rule. It's a means to create a life that reflects your values and priorities, and it can be adapted to suit individual circumstances and preferences. As we dissect these criticisms, it is essential to recognize that minimalism is not about reaching a destination, but rather it is an ongoing journey of self-discovery and intentionality. It is not a prescriptive set of rules, but a flexible philosophy that can be molded to fit various lifestyles and needs. Minimalism does not demand perfection. It encourages progress and consciousness in the choices we make. In the same vein, minimalism should not be viewed solely as a privilege. While it is true that certain aspects of minimalism may be easier to adopt for those in a more stable financial situation, the core principles of intentionality and focus on quality over quantity can be empowering for individuals across socioeconomic backgrounds. It can be about making the most of what one has and finding contentment in simplicity, regardless of the quantity of possessions. Moreover, to address the misconception of minimalism being an austere or deprived way of life, it is crucial to highlight that minimalism is not necessarily about owning a certain number of items. It is about finding what is meaningful and eliminating the excess that detracts from it. For some, this might mean a home with only the essentials, while for others, it might mean a carefully curated collection of items that bring joy and purpose. Minimalism is a rich and dynamic philosophy that goes beyond decluttering. It's about creating a life of intentionality, purpose, and contentment. Through simplification, conscious decision-making, and a focus on quality, minimalism paves the way for mental clarity, financial freedom, and environmental sustainability. However, as with any philosophy, it is not without its criticisms and misconceptions. It is important to approach minimalism with an open mind, recognizing that it is a flexible and adaptable tool for cultivating a meaningful life. As we move forward in our video, we will delve into the ancient wisdom of Stoic philosophy and discover how, like minimalism, it too guides us in letting go of the excess, not just in our physical surroundings, but in our internal landscapes as well. We will explore the synergies and distinctions between these two philosophies and provide practical insights on integrating them into our lives for a more fulfilling existence. Stay tuned as we journey through time and thought, unraveling the threads of minimalism and stoicism and weaving them into a tapestry of purpose, contentment, and well-being. This is an invitation not just to declutter or to be stoic in the face of adversity, but to awaken to a life that is lived with consciousness, integrity, and depth. May this journey inspire you to reflect, to question, and to embrace the boundless possibilities that lie in the simplicity and wisdom of minimalism and Stoicism. Now, as we transition from the contemporary halls of minimalism, let us travel back in time to the ancient world where Stoicism was born. Stoicism, a school of Hellenistic philosophy, emerged in Athens in the early 3rd century BC. The founder of Stoicism, Zeno of Citium, taught from the Stoa Poikile, a painted porch from which the philosophy derives its name. Stoicism then gained popularity in ancient Rome and became one of the most influential philosophies of the Roman Empire. 3 notable figures dominate the landscape of Stoic philosophy: Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Seneca, a Roman statesman and playwright, is known for his essays and letters that explore Stoic ideas in the context of everyday life. Epictetus, born a slave in what is modern-day Turkey, became a prominent Stoic teacher. His discourses and Enchiridion are foundational texts that offer practical advice on living a virtuous life. Lastly, Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, is often called the philosopher king. His meditations, written during his military campaigns, reflect his innermost thoughts on virtue, duty, and the nature of human existence. As we delve into the core principles of Stoicism, the first that demands our attention is rationality. Stoics believed that reason and logic are the driving forces of the universe. They emphasized using rationality to interpret and navigate the world around us. This rational approach was seen as the path to virtue and tranquility, as it enabled individuals to make decisions aligned with nature and moral goodness. The second principle is control over reactions. Stoics make a clear distinction between what is within our control and what is not. While we cannot control external events, we have absolute control over our thoughts, perceptions, and reactions. By focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't, we can maintain equanimity in the face of adversity. The third pillar is the pursuit of virtue as the highest good. Virtue for Stoics is not just moral goodness, but encompasses wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. They believed that a virtuous life in harmony with reason and nature is the key to happiness and contentment. So how can this ancient philosophy help us in coping with adversity? When faced with challenges, Stoicism teaches us to detach from the turmoil and view the situation objectively through the lens of reason. By doing so, we can prevent negative emotions from clouding our judgment and take actions that are in line with our values. It encourages us to see adversities not as misfortunes, but as opportunities for growth and reflection. Now let's fast forward to the present day. It might be an ancient philosophy, but its teachings are timeless and have found a resurgence in modern times. In a world that is increasingly volatile and uncertain, Stoicism provides a compass to navigate through the storms. Its emphasis on rationality and control over reactions is reflected in cognitive behavioral therapy, a widely used psychological treatment. Moreover, in the corporate world, leaders are using Stoic principles to make level-headed decisions and foster resilience within organizations. In personal development, this philosophy offers tools for individuals to build mental fortitude and lead lives of purpose and integrity. It is being integrated into daily routines through journaling, mindfulness, and reflective practices that encourage living in accordance with one's values. In summary, Stoicism, born in ancient Greece and Rome, is a philosophy rich with wisdom. With its core principles of rationality, control over reactions, and pursuit of virtue, it empowers individuals to lead lives of contentment and moral integrity. From the teachings of Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius to its modern applications in psychology and leadership, it can serve as a guiding light in an ever-changing world. As we progress in our exploration, it is important to recognize that Stoicism is not just a set of philosophical musings, it is a call to action. It is a call to cultivate a rational and virtuous mind, to discern what is within our control and to let go of what is not, and to embrace challenges as opportunities for personal growth. It is a call to live not just with intention, but with wisdom. Now, having delved into the depths of Stoic philosophy, we find ourselves at an intriguing crossroads where minimalism and Stoicism intersect. As we shall soon explore, both philosophies, though born in different eras and under different circumstances, converge on the idea of letting go. Letting go of the excess, be it material possessions or mental constructs, and seeking a life that is purposeful, content, and in harmony with our values. In the forthcoming segments, we will compare and contrast these two philosophies, uncover their synergies, and provide insights on how they can be integrated into our lives. We will explore how the simplicity and intentionality of minimalism can be enriched with the wisdom and virtue of Stoicism. Together, these philosophies can form a powerful framework for a life that is not just decluttered or resilient, but profoundly meaningful. As we embark on this exploration, let us do so with an open mind and a curious heart. Let us be willing to question our assumptions, to challenge our patterns, and to embrace new paradigms. Through minimalism and Stoicism, we are invited to embark on a journey that is as much about letting go as it is about discovering what is truly worth holding on to. This journey is not just philosophical, it is deeply personal. It is an invitation to each one of us to reflect on the lives we are leading, on the choices we are making, and on the values we are upholding. It is an invitation to let go of the excess and to embrace the essence, to let go of the noise and to embrace the wisdom, to let go of the ephemeral and to embrace the eternal. Let us walk this path together, with minimalism and Stoicism as our guides, towards a life that is not just lived but cherished, not just endured but celebrated, not just fleeting but meaningful. As we tread the path of exploration, we arrive at a juncture where minimalism and Stoicism stand side by side. These two powerful philosophies, though separated by centuries, share common ground as well as distinct differences. Let us now carefully examine the tapestry they weave together. Let's begin with the similarities. First and foremost, both emphasize the pursuit of simplicity and focus. Minimalism encourages us to simplify our lives by reducing material possessions and decluttering our physical spaces. Stoicism, on the other hand, encourages us to simplify our internal landscapes by practicing rationality and focusing on what is within our control. Both philosophies guide us to strip away the unnecessary so that we can concentrate on what truly matters. The second similarity is the reduction of excess. In minimalism, this manifests as letting go of material possessions that do not add value to our lives. In Stoicism, it is about letting go of excessive desires, emotions, and attachments that cloud our judgment and hinder our pursuit of virtue. Both philosophies recognize that excess, be it in the form of physical clutter or mental turmoil, can be a barrier to living a fulfilled life. The third similarity lies in the emphasis on internal contentment. Minimalism teaches us that happiness does not come from the accumulation of possessions, but from a life lived with intention and purpose. Similarly, Stoicism posits that contentment comes from living in accordance with nature and reason, and not from external accolades or wealth. Now, let's turn our gaze to the differences. The first difference lies in their historical and cultural context. Minimalism emerged as a modern movement primarily in the Western world as a response to consumerism and the overabundance of material possessions. Stoicism, however, has its roots in ancient Greece and Rome and was a philosophical response to the human quest for happiness and virtue in a tumultuous world. The second difference is in scope and application. Minimalism predominantly deals with the physical aspects of our lives, encouraging us to declutter our spaces and be mindful of our consumption. Stoicism, in contrast, is more comprehensive in scope, dealing with not only our external circumstances but also our internal thoughts, emotions, and character. The third difference lies in the underlying motivations. Minimalism is often driven by a desire to create more space, freedom, and focus in one's life. It's about curating one's environment. Stoicism, however, is deeply rooted in moral philosophy. It's about curating one's character and soul. The Stoic is motivated by a sense of duty to live virtuously, in harmony with reason and nature. As we reflect on these similarities and differences, we can see that the philosophies are two sides of the same coin. They both guide us towards a life of simplicity, focus, and contentment, but they do so from different angles and with different tools. Imagine, if you will, minimalism as the vessel that helps us navigate the physical realm, decluttering our spaces and focusing our actions. Stoicism, then, is the compass that guides us through the internal seas, helping us navigate our thoughts, emotions, and character with wisdom and virtue. Together, they form a powerful synergy. By integrating the simplicity and intentionality of minimalism with the wisdom and virtue of Stoicism, we can create a life that is not only uncluttered and focused, but also deeply meaningful and aligned with our highest values. Let's not limit ourselves to choosing one philosophy over the other. Instead, let us embrace them both as complementary guides. Let the vessel of minimalism carry us forward, while the compass of Stoicism keeps us on a course that is true to who we are and what we value. Before we move on, let us pause for a moment and reflect. Reflect on the spaces we inhabit and the possessions we surround ourselves with. Are they serving a purpose, or are they mere clutter? Now turn the gaze inward. Reflect on our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Are they aligned with our values, or are they in disarray? As we progress, let's carry with us the essence of minimalism's call to simplicity and Stoicism's beckon for wisdom. Let's be architects, meticulously designing a life that resonates with our soul's yearning for meaning and contentment. The two philosophies, while distinct in their origins, scopes, and motivations, converge in guiding us towards a life that is stripped of excess and rich in essence. Minimalism invites us to clear our external world, and Stoicism challenges us to master our internal domain. In their confluence, we find a path that leads not just to simplicity or wisdom, but to a life that is profoundly meaningful. As we stand at the crossroads of these two philosophies, we have the power and the tools to shape our journey, a journey that is as unique as each one of us, but unified in its pursuit of a more meaningful and contented life. This journey is not always easy. It demands reflection, action, and sometimes the courage to let go. But as we walk this path with each step, we create a tapestry that is woven with the threads of simplicity, wisdom, purpose, and contentment. Let's carry forward the torches of minimalism and Stoicism as we step into the realms of practical application. With open hearts and curious minds, let us explore, integrate, and embody the teachings of these time-honored philosophies. As we tread forward, let us do so with gratitude. Gratitude for the wisdom that has been passed down through the ages, and for the opportunity to weave it into the fabric of our lives. In the next segment, we will delve into the practical application of these philosophies. We will explore strategies, tips, and reflections to help you integrate minimalism and Stoicism into your life, crafting a tapestry that is not only simple and wise, but deeply, profoundly meaningful. As we navigate through the rich tapestry woven by minimalism and Stoicism, we now arrive at a crucial point in our journey: the integration of these philosophies into our daily lives. This is where the rubber meets the road, where theory transforms into practice, and where we take our first steps towards a more meaningful life. Let's start with the practical steps to apply minimalist principles in daily life. First, declutter your physical space. Take an inventory of your possessions and ask yourself if they serve a purpose or bring joy. If not, it might be time to let them go. This process can be gradual. Start with one room or even one drawer and build from there. Second, be intentional with your consumption. Before making a purchase, consider whether the item is necessary and aligns with your values. This mindset can be extended to other aspects of life, like commitments and relationships. Lastly, focus on quality over quantity. Invest in experiences and relationships that enrich your life. This doesn't necessarily mean monetary investment, but rather an investment of time and attention. Now, let's explore how to incorporate Stoic philosophy in decision-making and reactions. First, practice the dichotomy of control. Recognize what you can and cannot control. You can't control external events, but you can control your reactions and decisions. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself what aspects are within your control and focus on those. Second, reflect on your values and let them guide your decisions. Stoicism teaches us that virtue is the highest good. Make decisions that are aligned with honesty, integrity, and compassion. Finally, practice mindfulness and self-reflection. Regularly take time to reflect on your actions, decisions, and emotions. This practice helps in cultivating rationality and emotional resilience. Moving forward, how can we balance minimalism and Stoicism for personal development? The key is integration. Use minimalism to create an environment that supports your values and goals, and use Stoicism to cultivate a mindset that is resilient, focused, and virtuous. It's also important to recognize that minimalism and Stoicism are not all-or-nothing approaches. They are flexible and can be adapted to your personal circumstances and goals. Take small steps, be consistent, and be open to adjusting your approach as you grow and learn. To bring this into perspective, let's look at real-life examples of people who have integrated both philosophies. Consider the story of Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus, collectively known as the Minimalists. They both left their corporate careers, which were abundant in material possessions but lacking in meaning. Through minimalism, they simplified their lives. Alongside, they integrated Stoic principles by focusing on what was within their control and aligning their lives with their values. Another example is Tim Ferriss, an entrepreneur and author who has openly talked about how Stoicism has influenced his life and decision-making. He has also embraced minimalism, focusing on essential activities and relationships that align with his values. Integrating minimalism and Stoicism can be a powerful catalyst for personal development and a more meaningful life. By simplifying our external environment through minimalism and cultivating a resilient and virtuous mindset through Stoicism, we can create a life that is not just clutter-free, but also rich in purpose and contentment. As we conclude this section, I invite you to take a step back and reflect on what resonates with you from both minimalism and Stoicism. Consider how you can integrate these principles into your own life and how they can serve as tools for personal growth and fulfillment. Let's continue on this path together, embracing the wisdom and practicality that minimalism and Stoicism have to offer. Let's explore the numerous ways these philosophies can enrich our lives, help us in letting go of the excess, and cultivate a deep sense of meaning. But before we proceed, let's acknowledge that while the journey towards integrating minimalism and Stoicism can be incredibly rewarding, it is not without its challenges. It requires diligence, commitment, and sometimes a willingness to step out of our comfort zones. It is also vital to recognize that this integration is not a destination, but rather an ongoing journey of growth and evolution. Our understanding and application of these philosophies will change and evolve as we do. There's no one-size-fits-all, and there's no endpoint where we have achieved minimalism or Stoicism. They are companions in our lifelong journey towards self-actualization. As we walk this path, let's also remember to be compassionate and patient with ourselves. Changes, especially those that affect our lifestyles and thought processes, take time. There will be days when we stumble, and that's okay. What's important is that we pick ourselves up, learn from these experiences, and continue forward with renewed vigor and clarity. In this journey, we are not alone. There are countless individuals who have embarked on similar paths, integrating minimalism and stoicism in their quest for a more meaningful life. We can learn from their experiences, draw inspiration from their stories, and find solace in the knowledge that our pursuit of meaning and contentment is a shared human endeavor. As we tread further in our exploration, let us cross continents and time to delve into the rich tapestry of Eastern philosophies and religions. The East, with its millennia of history and thought, has much to offer when it comes to the pursuit of a meaningful life. Interestingly, minimalism and Stoicism find kinship in several Eastern concepts. Let's discover these beautiful parallels and see how they can enrich our lives. Buddhism. One of the central tenets of Buddhism is the middle way. This concept advocates for a path of moderation and avoidance of extremes, which is remarkably akin to minimalism. The middle way suggests that by not indulging in either excess or austerity, we can achieve a balanced life, conducive to spiritual enrichment. Buddhism also presents the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, which serve as guides to living free from attachments, a principle that resonates with Stoic ideals. The Four Noble Truths diagnose human suffering and its causes, while the Noble Eightfold Path offers a prescription through right conduct, right motive, and right mindfulness. Speaking of mindfulness, Buddhism has an age-old tradition of mindfulness and meditation. These practices align with Stoic mindfulness in helping individuals to focus on the present moment and what truly matters. Meditation cultivates awareness and equanimity, helping us let go of transient emotions and focus on our inner selves. Taoism. Moving on to Taoism, let's discuss the Tao and Wu Wei. Taoism emphasizes simplicity, naturalness, and non-action principles that resemble minimalism. Wu Wei means non-action or non-doing. It doesn't mean not acting, but rather taking action that is in harmony with the natural flow of things. It is about effortless action and simplicity in living. In Taoism, there is also the concept of yin and yang, which represents balance and harmony in nature. This balance is crucial in Taoist thought and closely relates to minimalism and Stoicism, where balance in one's life and emotions is sought. Another aspect is living in accordance with nature. Taoism encourages harmonious living with the Tao, which is the fundamental principle that is the source of everything. This notion closely resembles the Stoic idea of living in accordance with nature to achieve virtue and contentment. Hinduism. Hinduism, another ancient Eastern religion, speaks volumes about dharma and simplicity. Dharma, often referred to as moral duty, is a path where simplicity and focus are vital. Following one's dharma means living a life with purpose and ethical standards, which can be compared to the minimalist focus on intentionality. Hindu philosophy also emphasizes non-attachment. This concept, similar to Stoic detachment, encourages individuals not to be bound by material possessions or transient emotions. Moreover, yoga and meditation in Hinduism are not just physical exercises, but practices aimed at self-realization and aligning oneself with inner virtues. This is very akin to Stoic self-reflection and aligning oneself with rationality and virtue. Lastly, let us consider Confucianism, which has a profound influence on Eastern thought. The doctrine of the mean in Confucianism advocates for balance and moderation, reflecting minimalist principles. Confucianism also emphasizes Ren, which means humaneness, and Li, which refers to ritual and proper conduct. These concepts focus on moral virtues and proper conduct in society, resonating with Stoic virtues. Moreover, Confucianism emphasizes social harmony and the importance of relationships. This reflects the Stoic emphasis on community engagement and understanding that we are part of a larger whole. In conclusion, minimalism and Stoicism find deep connections with Eastern philosophies and religions. The Eastern concepts of balance, moderation, mindfulness, and non-attachment are echoed in the principles of minimalism and Stoicism. Both Eastern and Western philosophies guide us in shedding excesses and focusing on what's essential for a harmonious life. What makes Eastern thought particularly enriching is its focus on inner development, social harmony, and the interconnectedness of all things. These teachings can be a bountiful source of wisdom for anyone seeking to lead a more meaningful and contented life. As we have seen, minimalism asks of us to declutter our lives of material excess and focus on quality over quantity. Stoicism teaches us to be rational, control our reactions, and see virtue as the highest good. Eastern philosophies, with their diverse array of teachings, offer a treasure trove of wisdom on how to lead a life in harmony with nature and our inner selves. As you go about your daily life, consider how you might integrate these philosophies. Perhaps adopt mindfulness practices from Buddhism, the effortless action of Taoism's Wu Wei, the moral compass of Hindu Dharma, or the social virtues of Confucianism. Combine these with the clarity of minimalism and the rationality of Stoicism. Let us not see these philosophies as separate, but as complementary colors on a palette with which we can paint our lives. By drawing inspiration from both East and West, we can build a bridge of understanding and wisdom that spans cultures and ages. Look for real-life examples, and you'll find many. There are countless unsung heroes who lead lives of simplicity, virtue, and balance. They are content and fulfilled, not because they have much, but because they know what truly matters. This integration is not a destination, but a journey. As Lao Tzu said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Let this knowledge be that step for you. Embrace the teachings of the East and the West. Simplify, rationalize, harmonize, and find your middle way. This path may not always be easy. It may require sacrifices and tough choices, but in the end, it offers something priceless. A life lived with purpose, contentment, and a deep connection to the world around us. As we draw the curtains on this enriching journey through minimalism, Stoicism, and Eastern philosophies, let's take a moment to reflect upon the tapestry of wisdom we've unfurled. We began with an introduction to minimalism, understanding its origins and core principles of simplification, intentionality, and focus on quality over quantity. We discovered the myriad benefits of adopting a minimalist lifestyle, including mental clarity, financial freedom, and environmental sustainability, and addressed some criticisms and misconceptions. Turning the pages back in history, we delved into the profound depths of Stoic philosophy. Originating in ancient Greece and Rome, Stoicism taught us the importance of rationality, control over reactions, and virtue as the highest good through the words of philosophers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus. We explored how Stoicism offers tools for coping with adversity and continues to find relevance in modern times. Our journey then took us to the crossroads where minimalism and Stoicism meet. We observed their striking similarities in the pursuit of simplicity, focus, and internal contentment, as well as their differences in historical context, scope, and underlying motivations. We pondered on how these philosophies, though different, converge in guiding us towards a more meaningful existence by reducing excesses in our lives. Further, we delved into the practical integration of minimalism and Stoicism in our daily lives. We discussed how we can apply minimalist principles to declutter not just our physical spaces, but also our minds. We also explored how to incorporate Stoic philosophy in our decision-making processes and reactions to events around us. We witnessed real-life examples of individuals who have harmoniously blended both philosophies for personal development. Our exploration didn't end there. It broadened as we navigated the seas to eastern shores. We dipped our toes into the richness of Eastern philosophies and religions and their parallels with minimalism and Stoicism. From the middle way in Buddhism, Tao and Wu Wei in Taoism, Dharma in Hinduism to the doctrine of the mean in Confucianism, we discovered a plethora of teachings that resonate with minimalism and Stoicism. I encourage you to not let this be the end, but rather the beginning of your own exploration. Take the wisdom from minimalism and Stoicism and see how you can weave them into the fabric of your daily life. Experiment with what resonates with you, and don't be afraid to mold them according to your personal context. The pursuit of a meaningful and contented life is a path that is as diverse as humanity itself. There isn't a one-size-fits-all answer. It's a continuous process of learning, unlearning, and relearning. It's a garden where seeds of wisdom from different philosophies can be sown, and with nurturing, can flourish into a life that is rich, fulfilling, and aligned with one's values and virtues. It's imperative to understand that the material possessions we accumulate, the accolades we garner, or the societal standards we often measure ourselves against are transient. What endures is the contentment and fulfillment that come from leading a life grounded in simplicity, virtue, and purpose. In conclusion, let's carry the torch of wisdom that has been passed down through millennia. Let's be torchbearers who illuminate our paths and those of others. Be explorers, be learners, but above all, be seekers of meaning. As you move forward, may your life be like a well-written book, one that is not judged by the thickness of its volume, but by the richness of its content. May minimalism, Stoicism, and the wisdom of Eastern philosophies be the ink that inscribes each page of your life with purpose, contentment, and fulfillment. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Let's keep learning, keep evolving, and most importantly, keep sailing in this ocean of existence with wisdom as our compass and virtue as our anchor. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. May your path be illuminated with clarity, and may your heart be your guide in the pursuit of a meaningful and contented life. In the chronicles of history, few individuals have left an unfading mark on philosophy and leadership as Marcus Aurelius. As a Roman emperor and an ardent practitioner of Stoicism, his life was a tangible proof of self-discipline and resilience. Today, we will take an in-depth look at his philosophies, explore how he taught and demonstrated self-discipline throughout his life, and discover realistic ways in which his teachings to build self-discipline can be applied in our modern lives. Stoicism revolves around the ideology of a philosophical school that began in ancient Greece and thrived during the Roman era. Stoicism gained great popularity through the writings and teachings of Marcus Aurelius. However, early Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus and Zeno of Citium made outstanding contributions to the knowledge of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism is a philosophy that teaches and emphasizes self-discipline, personal virtue, and resilience. It provides a platform and system for negotiating life's challenges, handling and managing emotions, and finding peace amidst external turmoil. Stoics believe that while we cannot control the events that happen around us, we have complete sovereignty over our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. The Stoic philosophy provides profound depth into the nature of human existence and our relationship and partnership with the world. It admonishes us to forego events beyond our control and focus on what is within our strength and control. By practicing key virtues such as understanding, self-control, and equity, Stoicism guides us toward a life of moral uprightness, transformation, and personal growth. The pinnacle of the adherence to Stoic philosophy was demonstrated in the year 165 AD, when the Roman Empire was struck by a devastating pandemic known as the Antonine Plague. Ravaging the land and claiming countless lives, it brought about fear and chaos to the Roman Empire, leading to one of the Great Depressions ever experienced. Amidst this crisis, Emperor Marcus Aurelius demonstrated an extraordinary leadership acumen, combining his unwavering resolve with the profound teachings of Stoic philosophy. Through his Stoic mindset, he navigated the challenges of the plague, bringing stability, courage, and hope to his people. The Antonine Plague, believed to be a smallpox or measles outbreak, affected the Roman Empire with unparalleled ferocity. The disease spread rapidly, crumbling the social and economic system of the empire and putting the citizens in fear due to the uncertainty and devastation that the plague brought. Aurelius, burdened with the responsibility of leadership, recognized the dire need for a guiding light in this time of turmoil. Turning to the Stoic philosophy, he sought wisdom and inner strength to overcome the challenge that was before him. Stoicism, which emphasizes on embracing life's challenges and maintaining virtue in the face of challenges and adversity, became Aurelius's guiding principle. Drawing inspiration from great Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Seneca, who view that virtue is sufficient for happiness, he learned that true happiness and strength lie within one's mind, independent of external circumstances. By accepting the realities of the plague, Aurelius fostered resilience, refusing to be consumed by fear. Instead, he focused on what was within his control, his own character and response to the prevailing crisis. Marcus Aurelius led by example, embodying the Stoic virtues he embraced. He displayed unwavering strength and fortitude, remaining steadfast in the face of personal tragedy and immense challenges. Despite the constant risk to his own health, he tirelessly attended to the needs of his people, demonstrating empathy and compassion. Through his actions, he encouraged his subjects to steadfast and find peace within themselves. Stoicism provided him with a powerful framework to find meaning and purpose in the midst of chaos. He understood that the plague was an opportunity for personal growth and collective resilience. The crisis served as a reminder of the transient nature of life and the importance of living virtuously. By contemplating the impermanence of existence, Aurelius urged his people to cherish every moment, to prioritize virtue over material gain, and to cultivate a sense of gratitude even in the worst times. Though the Antonine Plague inflicted great suffering, Aurelius's application of Stoic philosophy brought strength and comfort to the Roman Empire. His leadership and resilience made way for the eventual recovery and restoration of the empire. The lessons of Stoicism, as demonstrated by Aurelius, continue to resonate today, reminding us of the indomitable power of the human spirit and the ability to find inner peace amidst the most difficult trials. The Antonine Plague was the most challenging time for the Roman Empire. In the face of this harrowing challenge, Marcus Aurelius turned to the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Through the virtues of courage, resilience, and wisdom, he inspired his people to weather the storm and rebuild their lives. His Stoic mindset serves as a ray of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can rise above adversity, maintain hope, and triumph in victory. The teachings of Stoicism over the years have remained relevant and continue to provide intelligent recommendations to individuals seeking guidance in navigating the complexities of life. It focuses on resilience, self-discipline, and other virtue that provide practical tools for facing daily challenges, managing adversity, and finding meaning in an ever-changing complex world. There are key principles we will consider that will serve as a guide to assess our lives, as well as teachings of renowned Stoic philosophers, through which we would find pragmatic ways to apply the concept of Stoicism. Through the knowledge of Stoic philosophy, we can begin on a transformative journey towards self-discovery, mastering inner peace, and living a well-fulfilled life. Marcus Aurelius, renowned as a preeminent philosopher, wholeheartedly embraced Stoicism as his guiding principle and seamlessly integrated its tenets into every facet of his life. Originating in ancient Greece, Stoicism gained widespread recognition during the Roman era, emphasizing the cultivation of virtue and resilience in the face of obstacles and hardship. Central to this philosophy is the pursuit of self-mastery through the practice of self-control and discipline. As an esteemed Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius epitomized the essence of Stoicism, embodying its teachings and employing them to navigate the complexities of his existence with unwavering wisdom and fortitude. The practice of Stoicism encourages individuals to develop their inner strength and build resilience, develop moral character by practicing temperance and applying wisdom, and ensure equity. Moreover, Stoics acknowledge the significance of resilience in effectively dealing with adversity. The Stoic principles empower individuals to gain sovereignty and control over their minds and invariably their thoughts, emotions, and actions in line with their values and goals. In essence, Stoicism offers a comprehensive framework for personal growth and the pursuit of a virtuous and resilient life. Humans are generally emotional beings. Our emotions, thoughts, and actions are within our power and control. However, events and happenings may be beyond our control. This is the core of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius believed that true authority stems from self-mastery, the ability to govern our own thoughts and responses. Through the cultivation of self-discipline, we can attain this inner strength. In his renowned work, Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote encapsulates the Stoic notion that external circumstances should not dictate our internal state of being. Instead, we should channel our energy into mastering our thoughts and emotions. Exceptional leaders often encounter the most arduous trials during their reigns, and Marcus Aurelius, as the Emperor of Rome, was no exception. His tenure was marked by a multitude of formidable challenges and setbacks, testing his fortitude and resolve. As the sovereign of Rome, Aurelius confronted scores of complex predicaments that demanded his utmost attention and strategic acumen. Political unrest, military campaigns, and economic turbulence were but a few of the obstacles that threatened the stability and prosperity of the Roman Empire. Nevertheless, he approached these adversities with steadfast determination and an unwavering commitment to his people and their welfare. Throughout his reign, Aurelius demonstrated unparalleled resilience in the face of setbacks. He recognized that leadership necessitates perseverance in times of difficulty. Whether confronted with military defeats or internal conflicts, he remained resolute, unyielding in his pursuit of solutions that would safeguard the empire's well-being. His ability to rise above setbacks and maintain a steadfast resolve became a hallmark of his leadership. Furthermore, his philosophical convictions, particularly his embrace of Stoicism, provided him with invaluable guidance during times of tribulation. Stoicism taught him to view challenges as opportunities for growth and to maintain an unwavering sense of virtue amid adversity. It emphasized the development of inner strength and the acceptance of circumstances beyond one's control. By incorporating Stoic principles into his leadership approach, Aurelius was able to confront setbacks with a Stoic mindset, fostering resilience and inspiring those around him. Despite the formidable obstacles he faced, he remained dedicated to the welfare of his people. His commitment to good governance and the pursuit of justice served as a guiding force throughout his reign. He actively sought to address the concerns of his subjects, implementing reforms to improve living conditions and promote the general welfare of the empire. The personal life of Marcus greatly showed his ability to maintain and practice self-discipline, as he was found to practice humility, recognizing the transience of power and material possessions even as emperor. Meditations and reflections, characterized by continuous self-development while in pursuit of knowledge, were key attributes to the personal life of Marcus. He was also a man of impeccable character and contributed in no little way to guide his actions and decisions. Aurelius emerged as a leader of immense strength and wisdom, leaving an enduring legacy of fortitude and compassion. The modern-day world continuously explores Stoic principles as demonstrated by Marcus Aurelius. We can apply some of these same principles to build self-discipline in our lives today. Maintaining consistency and self-evaluation are powerful tools for the practice of self-discipline. Like Marcus Aurelius, we can practice a morning ritual of reflection and self-examination to reflect on our value system and life purpose and see how our actions and deeds align with them. Engaging in regular exercise as a physical discipline not only benefits our physical health, but also fortifies our mental resilience. Marcus recognized the profound connection between the mind and body, emphasizing the importance of maintaining both. Mindfulness serves as another potent tool for cultivating self-discipline. By training ourselves to be fully present in each moment, we can better control our reactions and make conscious choices. Stoicism encourages us to practice gratitude and cultivate a sense of equanimity. Marcus Aurelius believed that acknowledging the beauty and wonders of life, even amidst difficulties, can foster resilience and inner strength. By practicing gratitude daily and maintaining perspective, we can develop steadfastness of character. Finally, community and connection play an essential role in Stoic philosophy. Marcus believed in the power of collaboration and supporting others in their journey towards self-discipline. A critical look at Stoic philosophy in building self-discipline in our world today would require the application of the Marcus Aurelius principles. The first thing to consider is the emphasis on having control over the mind, which was detailed in the works of Marcus Aurelius, The Meditation, where he explored the quality of our lives as having a direct correlation to our thought patterns and the importance of controlling it. Marcus Aurelius believed that true power lies in our ability to govern our own minds and choose our thoughts consciously. According to Marcus Aurelius, our thoughts shape our perceptions, emotions, and actions. He recognized that negative or unhelpful thoughts can lead to suffering and hinder our ability to live fulfilling lives. Therefore, he advocated for the practice of mindfulness and self-awareness, encouraging individuals to become aware of their thought patterns and actively challenge negative beliefs. Controlling our thoughts requires discipline and constant vigilance. It involves questioning the validity of our thoughts, reframing negative narratives, and choosing more empowering perspectives. By cultivating an inner dialogue that is rooted in reason and virtue, we can align our thoughts with Stoic principles and lead a more fulfilling life. One practical technique Marcus Aurelius employed was journaling. Through daily reflection and introspection, he examined his thoughts and emotions, seeking to understand their origins and impact. This practice allowed him to identify recurring patterns of thinking and make conscious adjustments to promote more constructive thoughts. By mastering our thoughts, Marcus Aurelius believed we could develop resilience in the face of adversity. He recognized that external events are beyond our control, but we have the power to choose our responses. By consciously directing our thoughts towards gratitude, acceptance, and virtue, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace and strength, regardless of the circumstances. In the modern world, the practice of controlling our thoughts remains relevant and applicable. We must learn and cultivate the act of being conscious of our thinking patterns, overcoming negative thoughts, and developing positive perceptions in order to enhance our well-being, resilience, and ability to navigate life's challenges with composure. Secondly, the Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of accepting what is beyond our control and shifting our focus toward what we can influence, our actions and attitudes. Stoics believe that dwelling on circumstances outside of our control leads to unnecessary distress and frustration. Instead, they advocate for directing our energy towards aspects we have the power to shape, our own choices, behaviors, and mindset. By accepting the inevitability of change and uncertainty, we can adapt with greater resilience and maintain a sense of inner peace. A critical look at the Stoic principle portrays that our greatest strength lies in our sphere of influence. We must cultivate an approach of focusing on what is within our sphere of influence and taking deliberate actions that align with our value systems. Thirdly, Marcus believed in the significance of setting intentions and goals that align with our values. A clear sense of calling, vision, and life purpose are keys to mastering self-discipline. By recognizing our values and ensuring it aligns with our goals, we create a solid system for our decision and action. Setting intentions rooted in our values helps us prioritize what truly matters to us and provides a guiding compass in navigating life's challenges. It allows us to make choices and decisions that are in line with our authentic selves, fostering a sense of integrity and fulfillment toward our purpose. By clarifying our purpose and identifying meaningful objectives, we can direct our efforts and actions towards self-discipline and personal growth. Fourthly, according to Marcus Aurelius, practicing self-restraint is a fundamental aspect of building self-discipline. He believed that exercising control over our desires, impulses, and emotions is essential for cultivating inner strength and achieving personal growth. By practicing self-restraint, we develop the ability to delay gratification, resist temptations, and make conscious choices that align with our long-term goals and values. Marcus Aurelius understood that self-restraint is not about denying ourselves pleasure, but rather about making deliberate choices that lead to greater fulfillment and personal development in the long run. We strengthen our willpower and become more committed to our path of self-discipline by exercising self-restraint. Cultivating resilience is indeed a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, as emphasized by Marcus. Stoicism teaches us to embrace the inevitable challenges and setbacks that life presents, recognizing them as opportunities for growth and learning. Resilience in this context refers to the ability to face challenges and adversity and maintain an inner sense of strength and stability. According to Marcus, resilience is nurtured through a mindset that accepts the transiency and unpredictability of life. Stoics understand that external circumstances are beyond our control, but we have agency over our internal responses. By accepting the inevitability of change and the uncertainties of the world, we cultivate an inner fortitude that allows us to pull the storm with strength and composure. Resilience in Stoicism also involves reframing setbacks and failures as stepping stones on the path to personal development. Rather than viewing obstacles as roadblocks, Stoics see them as opportunities to practice virtues such as patience, perseverance, and courage. By embracing challenges as part of our journey, we develop the resilience necessary to navigate life's ups and downs. If we focus our strength on events we can control, we direct our energy towards this aspect to develop a more positive attitude. We build resilience by not allowing external events to dictate our emotional well-being. This resilience allows us to maintain a sense of inner peace and stability even in the face of adversity. Cultivating resilience in Stoic philosophy means accepting the imperfections of life, reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth, and focusing on what is within our control. Before we conclude this video, let us uncover 3 invaluable lessons from Marcus Aurelius's magnum opus, Meditations, that can help us build self-discipline and understand its significance in leading a virtuous and fulfilling life. Lesson 1. The power of the present moment. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not disturb yourself by picturing your life as a whole. Do not assemble in your mind the many and varied troubles which have come to you in the past and will come again in the future, but ask yourself with regard to every present difficulty, what is there in this that is unbearable and beyond endurance?" This quote encapsulates the essence of focusing on the present moment. Often, our minds are consumed by past regrets or future anxieties, which in turn hampers our ability to exercise self-discipline. Aurelius teaches us the importance of concentrating on the here and now. By doing so, we can break down seemingly insurmountable challenges into manageable pieces and exercise control and discipline in our immediate actions. This focus on the present moment is a cornerstone of self-discipline, allowing us to take meaningful and virtuous actions without being overwhelmed. Lesson 2. Detachment from external validation. Marcus Aurelius was acutely aware of the transient nature of fame and the opinion of others. He wrote, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinions of himself than on the opinions of others." This observation highlights the human tendency to seek validation and approval from the outside world, often at the expense of our own values and integrity. Self-discipline, as Aurelius suggests, requires a detachment from this external validation. Instead, we must focus on cultivating inner virtues and following our moral compass. This inner-directed focus enables us to make decisions and take actions that are in alignment with our values, rather than being swayed by the ever-changing opinions of others. It helps us to build a strong foundation of self-discipline, which is grounded in self-respect and personal integrity. Lesson 3: Adaptability and Acceptance. One of the most celebrated quotes from Meditations is, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote is the epitome of adaptability and acceptance, two traits closely associated with self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that obstacles and challenges are not just to be endured, but can be transformed into opportunities for growth and learning. Self-discipline involves the ability to adapt our actions and attitudes in response to the challenges we face. Instead of resisting or lamenting the difficulties, we can embrace them as opportunities to exercise virtue, to learn, and to grow. This mindset not only helps in building self-discipline, but also in fostering resilience and a deep sense of contentment. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations offers a treasure trove of wisdom for building self-discipline. Through focusing on the present moment, detaching from external validation, and embracing adaptability and acceptance, we can cultivate a form of self-discipline that is deeply grounded in wisdom and virtue. This self-discipline is not just about control, but about living a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment, regardless of the external circumstances. By embracing the core principles of Stoicism, self-mastery, acceptance, and resilience, we have the potential to cultivate self-discipline in our modern lives. Self-mastery, as Marcus Aurelius believed, starts with gaining control over our thoughts and emotions. By actively observing and guiding our inner world, we can shape our responses to external events and maintain a sense of composure and clarity. Acceptance is another crucial element of building self-discipline. Developing resilience, as espoused by Aurelius, is cultivated by reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth. By viewing obstacles as stepping stones on our journey, we can develop the strength and perseverance necessary to face adversity with unwavering determination. Resilience also involves maintaining a sense of inner peace and stability, even when circumstances are chaotic or unfavorable. To build self-discipline, we can incorporate practical strategies inspired by Aurelius into our lives. By establishing consistent routines, engaging in physical discipline, practicing mindfulness, expressing gratitude, and fostering communal support, all contribute to our growth and development. Ultimately, living a more disciplined and fulfilling life can be achieved by following the Marcus Aurelius principles. We can develop the strength and fortitude to navigate through life's challenges with self-control. As we stand at the crossroads of history and philosophy, the figure of Marcus Aurelius towers above, casting a long shadow that has weathered the sands of time. In a world that is often chaotic and ever-changing, the importance of self-discipline becomes a beacon, a guiding light that can lead us through the storm. Through the lens of Aurelius and his Stoic teachings, self-discipline is not a mere trait, but an art of living. Self-discipline is the compass by which we navigate the seas of life. It is the anchor that holds us steady amid tempests, and the sails that propel us forward. Through self-discipline, we attain a mastery over ourselves, which in turn begets a deeper understanding and engagement with the world around us. The life and philosophy of Marcus Aurelius serve as a testament to the transformative power of self-discipline. In this constantly interconnected world, where distractions are incessant and information is ceaseless, we need self-discipline now more than ever. It is through self-discipline that we can filter out the noise and focus on what truly matters. It is through self-discipline that we can be true to our values and principles, and act not on impulse, but with deliberation and wisdom. What is particularly astonishing is how Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who lived nearly 2 millennia ago, could grapple with many of the same challenges and inner conflicts that we face today. This illuminates a profound truth. The human experience at its core is unchanging. Our fears, aspirations, dilemmas, and yearnings weave a common thread through the tapestry of time. And it is in this tapestry that the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius finds its enduring resonance. We live in an age of unprecedented opportunities and possibilities, yet with these opportunities come challenges and responsibilities. The Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius equips us with the mental fortitude to embrace these challenges, to wield them not as burdens, but as catalysts for growth and self-realization. As we conclude this video, let us reflect on the magnitude of our potential. Each one of us, in our own unique way, can be a philosopher, a seeker of truth, and a bearer of wisdom. Let the words of Marcus Aurelius be a reminder of the indomitable spirit that resides within each of us. Let his stoic resolve inspire us to build our reservoir of self-discipline. As we forge ahead on our respective journeys, let us carry with us the knowledge that self-discipline is not an end, but a means to lead lives of purpose, integrity, and fulfillment. Let us remember that in the grand theater of existence we are both the playwright and the protagonist. Through self-discipline we can pen epics of triumph, odes to joy, and ballads of resilience. Within the vast chronicles of history, let the chapters we author be woven with threads of wisdom. Let each page be steeped in purpose, and let the ink that flows from our quills be that of self-discipline. With Marcus Aurelius as our steadfast sentinel, guiding us from the revered corridors of antiquity, let us march ahead with our gazes fixed firmly on the horizon and our hearts ablaze with the boundless vigor of possibility. It is not events that disturb people. It is their judgments concerning them. Epictetus. Imagine a world where external events no longer dictate your happiness, where you have complete control over your emotions, and where you can find peace in the midst of chaos. Welcome to the world of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has guided countless individuals towards personal growth and fulfillment for centuries. At the heart of this philosophy lies the wisdom of Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher who transformed his life through the power of Stoic thought. Today, we'll dive into the teachings of this extraordinary man and uncover the top 10 lessons from his renowned work, the Enchiridion. Epictetus was born in Phrygia, present-day Turkey, around 50 AD. Despite being born into slavery, he rose above his circumstances and became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers of all time. As a slave, he was owned by a high-ranking Roman official who recognized his intellectual potential and allowed him to study philosophy. Epictetus eventually became a student of the philosopher Musonius Rufus, who was a prominent Stoic teacher in Rome. After gaining his freedom, he began teaching philosophy in Rome, where his reputation quickly grew. However, when the Roman Emperor Domitian expelled all philosophers from Rome in 89 AD, Epictetus was forced to flee. He found refuge in Nicopolis, Greece, where he established a philosophical school that attracted students from across the Roman Empire. His teachings were recorded by one of his students, Arrian, who compiled them into two main works, the Discourses and the Enchiridion. The Enchiridion, also known as the Handbook or Manual, is a concise collection of Epictetus's most essential teachings. It is a practical guide to living a virtuous life, providing valuable insights on how to navigate the challenges and uncertainties of our existence. The Stoic philosophy centers on the idea that we cannot control external events, but we can control our reactions to them. By cultivating inner strength, wisdom, and resilience, we can remain calm and composed in the face of adversity. This is achieved by focusing on our own actions and thoughts, rather than being swayed by external circumstances or the opinions of others. In this video, we'll delve into the top 10 lessons from the Enchiridion, exploring the wisdom and practical advice that has stood the test of time. By understanding and applying these teachings, you too can experience the transformative power of Stoicism and unlock your potential for personal growth and self-improvement. As we embark on this journey through the Enchiridion, remember that the words of Epictetus are not just abstract ideas or theories. They are practical tools that can be applied to your everyday life. By embracing these lessons and incorporating them into your daily routine, you can build a strong foundation for personal development and create a more fulfilling, purposeful existence. Lesson 1. Differentiating between what is in our control and what is not. One of the core principles of Stoic philosophy, as espoused by Epictetus in the Enchiridion, is the understanding that we should focus our energy on what is within our control and accept what is not. This simple yet powerful concept can have a profound impact on our well-being and overall satisfaction with life. Epictetus believed that our thoughts, beliefs, and actions are within our control, while external events, the actions of others, and the natural world are not. By recognizing this distinction, we can save ourselves from unnecessary stress, anxiety, and disappointment. Let's explore an example to illustrate this lesson. Imagine you're preparing for an important job interview. You've spent weeks researching the company, practicing your responses, and honing your skills. On the day of the interview, however, a major traffic jam causes you to arrive late, and you miss the opportunity. While it's natural to feel frustrated and upset in this situation, Epictetus would advise us to focus on what we can control. We cannot change the traffic or the fact that we missed the interview, but we can control our reaction to the situation. Instead of dwelling on the missed opportunity, we can choose to learn from the experience, adapt our approach, and continue our job search with renewed determination. By applying this lesson, we can develop a greater sense of inner peace and resilience in the face of life's challenges. When we accept the inherent unpredictability of the world and focus on the aspects of our lives that we can influence, we empower ourselves to cultivate a mindset of growth and adaptability. This way, we can navigate through the ups and downs of life with grace and composure, making the most of every situation and maintaining our equilibrium in the face of adversity. Lesson 2. Embracing the concept of fate and accepting events in life. Another crucial lesson from the Enchiridion is the idea of accepting fate and learning to embrace the natural course of events in life. According to Stoic philosophy, the universe follows a rational order, and everything that happens is a part of this cosmic plan. By accepting the notion of fate, we can cultivate an attitude of serenity and learn to appreciate life's experiences, both positive and negative. Embracing fate doesn't mean passively resigning ourselves to whatever happens. Rather, it encourages us to focus on what we can control and develop the wisdom to accept and adapt to the circumstances we cannot change. By doing so, we can find peace and purpose in even the most challenging situations. Consider this example. You've been planning a vacation for months, and you're looking forward to a well-deserved break. Just days before your departure, however, you become ill and are unable to travel. While it's natural to feel disappointed and frustrated, Epictetus would remind us that our health is ultimately outside of our control. By embracing the concept of fate and accepting the situation, we can prevent ourselves from becoming overwhelmed by negative emotions. In practical terms, this might mean focusing on our recovery, using the unexpected free time to catch up on personal projects, or spending quality time with loved ones. By reframing our perspective and finding the silver lining in the situation, we can turn a seemingly negative event into an opportunity for growth and learning. Learning to accept fate and embrace the natural order of the universe allows us to develop a sense of equanimity in the face of life's uncertainties. When we approach life with an open heart and a willingness to adapt, we can find meaning and joy in every experience, regardless of the outcome. This mindset of acceptance and adaptability can ultimately lead to a more fulfilling and contented life. Lesson 3. Pursuing a virtuous life. A central tenet of Stoic philosophy, as presented by Epictetus in the Enchiridion, is the pursuit of virtue as the ultimate goal in life. Virtue, in this context, refers to moral excellence and the development of one's character. According to Epictetus, a virtuous life is intrinsically valuable and leads to true happiness and fulfillment. The Stoics believe that there are four main virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. By cultivating these virtues in our daily lives, we can become better individuals and contribute positively to our communities. Let's consider an example to illustrate how we might apply this lesson. Suppose you find a wallet on the street containing a significant amount of cash and the owner's identification. While it might be tempting to keep the money, pursuing a virtuous life would involve making the effort to return the wallet to its rightful owner. In doing so, you practice the virtues of justice by treating others fairly, and wisdom by understanding the importance of honesty and integrity. By consistently choosing virtuous actions, even in challenging situations, we develop our character and strengthen our moral compass. Over time, these decisions can lead to a sense of deep satisfaction and self-respect, as well as the admiration of others. By prioritizing virtue above material possessions or external validation, we can create a solid foundation for lasting happiness and personal growth. Pursuing a virtuous life is a key lesson from the Enchiridion and an essential aspect of Stoic philosophy. By striving to cultivate moral excellence and uphold the values of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we can enrich our lives and contribute positively to the world around us. By embracing these principles, we can begin to experience the true happiness and fulfillment that Epictetus believed was attainable through a life of virtue. Lesson 4. Detachment from material possessions and external circumstances. In the Enchiridion, Epictetus emphasizes the importance of developing a sense of detachment from material possessions and external circumstances. According to Stoic philosophy, our happiness and well-being should not be dependent on external factors, as they are inherently impermanent and outside our control. Instead, we should cultivate inner strength and self-sufficiency, finding contentment in our own actions and thoughts. By practicing detachment, we can free ourselves from the desire for external validation and the fear of loss, which can cause unnecessary suffering and anxiety. This does not mean that we should abandon our possessions or relationships. Rather, we should maintain a healthy perspective and recognize that they are not the source of our happiness. To illustrate this concept, let's consider an example. Imagine you've worked hard to build a successful career and have amassed a substantial amount of wealth. While you might feel a sense of pride and satisfaction in your accomplishments, Epictetus would caution against becoming too attached to these external markers of success. Instead, he would encourage you to focus on your inner values and virtues, which are the true sources of lasting happiness. To apply this lesson in your daily life, you could practice gratitude for what you have while remaining mindful of the impermanence of material possessions. You might also choose to engage in acts of generosity, such as donating to charity or volunteering your time, to help you maintain a balanced perspective on the importance of wealth. Detaching from material possessions and external circumstances is a crucial lesson from the Enchiridion and an essential aspect of Stoic philosophy. By cultivating this mindset, we can develop a greater sense of inner peace and resilience, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Lesson 5. Practicing self-discipline and self-control. The fifth lesson from the Enchiridion revolves around the importance of self-discipline and self-control, critical components of a virtuous life according to Stoic philosophy. Epictetus believed that mastery over one's impulses and desires was crucial for maintaining mental tranquility and achieving personal growth. Self-discipline and self-control involve the ability to resist short-term gratification in favor of long-term benefits, as well as the ability to control our reactions to external circumstances. This practice can be seen as a form of personal freedom, as it liberates us from being slaves to our impulses and allows us to live in accordance with our core values and principles. Consider the example of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. It's often tempting to indulge in unhealthy foods or skip exercise in favor of more sedentary activities. However, by exercising self-discipline, you can resist these short-term temptations and prioritize your long-term health and well-being. This could involve creating a regular exercise routine, preparing healthy meals, and ensuring you get enough sleep. Applying this lesson requires consistent effort and practice, but the rewards are significant. By developing self-discipline and self-control, you can make better decisions, achieve your goals more effectively, and live a more balanced and fulfilling life. By mastering our desires and reactions, we can experience the personal freedom and lasting satisfaction that comes from living in harmony with our values and principles. Lesson 6. Overcoming fear and anxiety by focusing on rational thinking. The sixth lesson from the Enchiridion emphasizes the importance of rational thinking in overcoming fear and anxiety. Epictetus believed that many of our negative emotions arise from irrational beliefs and assumptions. By examining these thoughts and replacing them with rational perspectives, we can alleviate unnecessary suffering and develop a more balanced mindset. One of the primary techniques for achieving this is to question our thoughts and assumptions, especially when they cause us distress. By identifying the irrational beliefs that underlie our fears and anxieties, we can challenge them and replace them with more realistic perspectives. For instance, imagine you're preparing for a public speaking engagement and you're feeling extremely anxious. Your fear might be based on the irrational belief that if you make a mistake or stumble over your words, you'll be ridiculed and judged by your audience. To apply rational thinking, you could remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes, and it's unlikely that your audience will be overly critical. Moreover, you can recognize that your value as a person isn't determined by a single performance. By replacing your irrational beliefs with more balanced thoughts, you can reduce your anxiety and approach the situation with greater confidence. Another strategy is to focus on the present moment and avoid dwelling on negative hypothetical scenarios. Often, our fears and anxieties stem from our tendency to imagine worst-case outcomes. By grounding ourselves in the present and concentrating on the task at hand, we can minimize the impact of these unproductive thoughts and maintain a more balanced state of mind. The sixth lesson from the Enchiridion teaches us the power of rational thinking in overcoming fear and anxiety. By challenging our irrational beliefs and focusing on the present moment, we can develop a more stable mindset and navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and confidence. Lesson 7. Treating others with kindness and empathy. The seventh lesson from the Enchiridion highlights the importance of treating others with kindness and empathy. Epictetus believed that recognizing our shared humanity and extending compassion towards others is vital for living a virtuous life. According to Stoic philosophy, we are all interconnected and should strive to support one another in our journey toward wisdom and personal growth. One way to apply this lesson is by practicing active listening and being genuinely interested in the thoughts and feelings of others. This approach can help us better understand their perspectives and experiences, fostering empathy and creating stronger connections. For example, imagine a friend is going through a difficult time and shares their struggles with you. Instead of offering unsolicited advice or trying to fix their problems, you can practice empathy by validating their feelings and acknowledging the challenges they're facing. By showing that you genuinely care and understand their situation, you can provide them with the support and encouragement they need to navigate their difficulties. Another aspect of treating others with kindness and empathy involves being aware of how our actions and words may impact those around us. We can strive to act in a way that is considerate, respectful, and supportive, even when we may not agree with or understand someone else's perspective. This practice can help to create a more harmonious and compassionate environment for everyone. The seventh lesson from the Enchiridion underscores the significance of kindness and empathy in our interactions with others. By actively listening, validating others' experiences, and being considerate of their feelings, we can foster deeper connections and contribute to a more compassionate world. In doing so, we embody the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, and temperance, furthering our own personal growth and well-being. Lesson 8. Learning from criticism and not being affected by others' opinions. The eighth lesson from the Enchiridion addresses the importance of learning from criticism while maintaining a healthy detachment from others' opinions. Epictetus believed that it's essential to evaluate feedback objectively, discerning valuable insights from unconstructive remarks. By doing so, we can grow and improve without becoming emotionally entangled in the judgments of others. To apply this lesson, start by cultivating a mindset of curiosity and openness when receiving feedback. Recognize that criticism can offer valuable opportunities for growth and self-improvement. When you encounter criticism, consider the source and context and reflect on whether there's a valid point or lesson to be gleaned from the feedback. For instance, if a colleague offers constructive criticism on a project you've been working on, instead of reacting defensively, take a moment to objectively evaluate their suggestions. If their feedback is valid and can help you improve your work, express gratitude for their input and implement the necessary changes. If, however, the criticism appears unfounded or unhelpful, acknowledge their perspective and then let it go without allowing it to negatively impact your self-esteem. It's also essential to remember that others' opinions don't define your worth or abilities. By developing a strong sense of self-awareness and confidence in your own values and strengths, you can maintain emotional equilibrium and avoid being swayed by the judgments of others. The eighth lesson from the Enchiridion teaches us the value of learning from criticism while remaining unaffected by others' opinions. By adopting an open and objective mindset when receiving feedback, we can use it as a tool for growth and self-improvement while maintaining a healthy sense of self-worth and emotional resilience. Lesson 9. Developing resilience in the face of adversity. The ninth lesson from the Enchiridion highlights the importance of developing resilience in the face of adversity. Epictetus believed that life is inherently filled with challenges and setbacks, and our ability to adapt and persevere through these difficult moments is crucial for personal growth and well-being. One way to cultivate resilience is by embracing a growth mindset, which entails viewing setbacks as opportunities for learning and self-improvement. By reframing challenges as chances to develop new skills and perspectives, we can maintain a positive attitude even when facing adversity. Suppose you've lost your job unexpectedly. Instead of succumbing to despair or feeling like a failure, you can apply the lesson of resilience by viewing the situation as an opportunity to explore new career paths, acquire new skills, or pursue passions that you may not have had time for previously. By maintaining a growth mindset, you can turn adversity into an opportunity for positive change. Another aspect of developing resilience is learning to manage our emotional reactions to difficult circumstances. Epictetus emphasized the importance of distinguishing between events themselves and our judgments about those events. By recognizing that our emotions are shaped by our thoughts and beliefs, we can gain better control over our reactions and maintain a sense of calm and stability, even in challenging situations. The 9th lesson from the Enchiridion underscores the importance of developing resilience in the face of adversity. By embracing a growth mindset and managing our emotional reactions, we can persevere through life's challenges and continue to grow and thrive. This ability to adapt and bounce back from setbacks is a hallmark of Stoic philosophy and a key component of a fulfilling life. Lesson 10. Reflecting on one's own thoughts and actions for self-improvement. The 10th lesson from the Enchiridion emphasizes the importance of self-reflection as a means for personal growth and self-improvement. Epictetus believed that by regularly examining our thoughts, actions, and motivations, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and make conscious efforts to align our behavior with our core values and principles. One effective method of self-reflection is to set aside time each day for introspection and contemplation. This practice can involve reviewing the events of the day, identifying areas where we may have fallen short of our values, and considering ways to improve in the future. By making self-reflection a consistent habit, we can become more mindful of our actions and strive for continuous self-improvement. For example, at the end of each day, you might take a few moments to reflect on your interactions with others, your responses to external events, and any internal struggles you may have experienced. As you review these experiences, consider whether your actions were in line with your values, such as honesty, compassion, or integrity. If you identify areas where you could have behaved differently, use this insight to guide your actions in the future. Another important aspect of self-reflection is recognizing and challenging any limiting beliefs or negative thought patterns that may be holding you back. By becoming aware of these mental obstacles and working to replace them with more empowering beliefs, you can foster personal growth and create lasting change. The 10th lesson from the Enchiridion highlights the power of self-reflection as a tool for personal growth and self-improvement. By consistently examining our thoughts and actions and striving to align them with our core values, we can foster a deeper understanding of ourselves and cultivate a more authentic and fulfilling life. This practice of introspection and self-awareness is an essential component of Stoic philosophy and a valuable lesson for us all. As we come to the conclusion of this enlightening journey through the top 10 lessons from Epictetus, we are reminded of the enduring wisdom and practical insights that the Enchiridion offers us. We began by understanding the significance of differentiating between what is in our control and what is not, learning to cultivate inner peace in a world often brimming with uncertainty. We then delved into the importance of embracing fate and accepting events in life with grace, fostering a sense of resilience and serenity in the face of adversity. We also discovered the profound truth that living a virtuous life, characterized by kindness, wisdom, and self-discipline, is within our reach. We learned to detach ourselves from material possessions and external circumstances, finding fulfillment and contentment within ourselves. The lessons of practicing self-discipline and self-control, as well as treating others with kindness and empathy, were illuminated, reminding us of the fundamental principles of Stoic philosophy. We understood how to overcome fear and anxiety through rational thinking, learning to challenge and transform our irrational beliefs into balanced perspectives. In a world that often values external validation, we were shown the necessity of learning from criticism without being affected by others' opinions. fostering a healthy sense of self-worth and emotional resilience. The ninth lesson underscored the value of developing resilience in the face of adversity, emphasizing the importance of a growth mindset and emotional regulation. And finally, we were encouraged to engage in continual self-reflection, striving to align our actions with our values and seeking constant self-improvement. As we move forward, I invite you to carry these lessons with you, applying them to your daily life. Remember that Stoicism is not just a philosophy to be contemplated, but a way of life to be lived. Embodying these teachings can profoundly impact your perspective, your relationships, and your overall quality of life. Epictetus, once a slave who rose to become one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, leaves us with a remarkable legacy. His teachings, encapsulated in the Enchiridion, still resonate with us today, providing us with practical wisdom to navigate the complexities of life. In a world that is continuously changing, the philosophy of Epictetus remains a steadfast guide, offering timeless insights into achieving a life of tranquility, virtue, and fulfillment. As we conclude, let us remember Epictetus's words. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Let this be a compass that directs us towards a life of wisdom, resilience, and virtue. Let's embody these teachings, embrace the Stoic way of life, and step into a world of peace, understanding, and continual growth. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, is often referred to as the philosopher king. Despite being one of the most powerful men in the world during his time, he faced numerous struggles and hardships, from political upheaval to personal loss. Amidst these challenges, he penned his deeply introspective and insightful book, Meditations, as a means of self-improvement and reflection. Comprised of his personal thoughts and observations, this iconic work has inspired countless individuals over the centuries, providing guidance on how to live a virtuous and fulfilling life. In today's fast-paced and often uncertain world, resilience and inner strength are qualities that have become more important than ever before. We're constantly bombarded by change, whether it's in our careers, relationships, or personal lives. But what if we could learn to navigate these changes with grace and wisdom, transforming adversity into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery? This is where Marcus Aurelius's Meditations comes into play. As a Stoic, Marcus Aurelius believed in the importance of cultivating inner virtues and practicing self-mastery. He believed that by focusing on the things we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we can overcome external circumstances and maintain a sense of balance and equanimity. In essence, Stoicism teaches us to be the architects of our own happiness and well-being, regardless of the challenges we face. What can we learn from this great philosopher? In this video, we're going to delve into the pages of Meditations and uncover 10 timeless life lessons that will help us develop resilience and inner strength. These lessons will not only provide practical advice for managing difficult situations, but also inspire us to cultivate a more resilient mindset in our daily lives. By applying the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, we can become better equipped to handle adversity, grow from our experiences, and ultimately lead a more fulfilling and contented life. As we journey through these 10 lessons, we'll explore the importance of controlling our thoughts and perceptions, accepting what we cannot change, focusing on the present moment, cultivating humility and empathy, and much more. Each of these lessons is grounded in the Stoic principles that Marcus Aurelius espoused and practiced throughout his life, offering a roadmap for navigating life's challenges with resilience, wisdom, and inner strength. Whether you're facing personal struggles, professional setbacks, or simply looking for guidance on how to lead a more balanced and fulfilling life, the teachings of Marcus Aurelius can serve as a powerful source of inspiration and wisdom. Lesson 1. control your perception. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Our perception of the world around us shapes our reality. It influences how we react to situations, how we interact with others, and ultimately, how we feel about ourselves. Marcus Aurelius' quote serves as a powerful reminder that we need to be mindful of our thoughts and perceptions. By recognizing that our interpretations of events are not absolute truths, but rather subjective perspectives, we can start to take control of our emotional responses and thought patterns, leading to greater resilience and inner strength. Controlling our thoughts and perceptions begins with self-awareness. It's essential to monitor our thoughts and identify when we may be engaging in negative or unhelpful thinking patterns. Once we become aware of these patterns, we can actively work to replace them with more constructive, rational perspectives. One practical tip for practicing this skill is to engage in daily mindfulness exercises. Mindfulness involves focusing on the present moment without judgment, allowing us to observe our thoughts and emotions as they arise without becoming overly attached or reactive. By practicing mindfulness, we can develop greater self-awareness and learn to recognize when we need to shift our perceptions. Another technique to help control your perception is to challenge your thoughts through cognitive restructuring. This involves identifying any negative or irrational thoughts, then actively questioning and replacing them with more balanced and rational alternatives. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'm a failure because I didn't get that promotion," try to reframe the thought as, "I may not have gotten the promotion this time, but it doesn't define my worth or abilities. I can learn from this experience and continue to grow professionally." Finally, surrounding yourself with positive influences can also help you control your perceptions. Seek out friends, mentors, or role models who embody the values and attitudes you want to cultivate within yourself. Engaging in uplifting conversations and activities can help reinforce a more optimistic and constructive mindset. In summary, controlling our perceptions is a crucial step in building resilience and inner strength. By practicing self-awareness, mindfulness, cognitive restructuring, and surrounding ourselves with positive influences, we can train our minds to see the world through a more balanced and constructive lens. This shift in perspective can empower us to overcome adversity and face life's challenges with greater confidence and composure. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, our perceptions are not absolute truths, and we have the power to shape them to our advantage. Lesson 2. Accept what you cannot change. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. One of the most powerful lessons Marcus Aurelius teaches us is the importance of acceptance and letting go of what we cannot control. This is a fundamental principle of Stoicism and a key aspect of building resilience and inner strength. When we learn to embrace the unpredictability of life and accept circumstances beyond our control, we can focus our energy on what truly matters: our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Acceptance allows us to make peace with the present moment and find contentment despite life's inevitable ups and downs. By letting go of our need for control, we free ourselves from the burden of worry, anxiety, and frustration, making it easier to navigate challenging situations with grace and wisdom. To adopt this mindset, start by recognizing the aspects of your life that are beyond your control. Make a list of situations, events, or circumstances that you have no power over and practice accepting them as they are. This exercise can help you become more aware of the difference between what you can and cannot control, allowing you to let go of any unproductive attempts to change what is out of your hands. Another helpful technique is to practice the art of non-attachment. Non-attachment involves acknowledging and appreciating the impermanent nature of life. By understanding that everything is transient and subject to change, we can develop a more balanced perspective. and learn to accept the natural ebb and flow of life. When faced with a challenging situation, remind yourself that this too shall pass, and try to approach it with an open heart and mind. Meditation can also be a valuable tool for promoting acceptance. By setting aside time each day to quiet your mind and observe your thoughts and emotions, you can develop a greater understanding of your reactions to life's challenges. This increased self-awareness can make it easier to recognize when you're struggling to accept what you cannot change and help you shift towards a more accepting mindset. Learning to accept what we cannot change is a critical aspect of building resilience and inner strength. By practicing awareness, non-attachment, and meditation, we can develop a more balanced and accepting perspective on life. Embracing this mindset not only enables us to face adversity with grace and wisdom, but also allows us to appreciate the beauty and richness of life. As Marcus Aurelius so eloquently expressed in his quote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." Lesson 3. Focus on the present moment. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment and not allowing ourselves to become consumed by the past or future. By concentrating our minds on the here and now, we can experience life more fully and develop a greater sense of inner peace and contentment. Focusing on the present moment has numerous benefits, including reduced stress and anxiety, increased self-awareness, and improved mental well-being. When we practice mindfulness and being present, we allow ourselves to truly engage with our experiences and emotions instead of being constantly distracted by past regrets or future worries. This heightened sense of awareness enables us to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our environment, fostering personal growth and self-discovery. One way to develop the habit of being present is by engaging in mindfulness meditation. This form of meditation involves observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing you to become fully immersed in the present moment. To practice mindfulness meditation, simply find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and bring your attention to your breath. As thoughts and emotions arise, acknowledge them without judgment, and gently guide your focus back to your breath. This practice can be done for as little as 5 minutes a day and can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. Another technique to help you focus on the present moment is to incorporate mindful activities into your daily routine. This can include practices such as mindful eating, where you savor each bite and pay attention to the flavors and textures of your food, or mindful walking, where you observe your surroundings and the sensations of your body as you move. By integrating mindfulness into everyday activities, you can develop a greater appreciation for the present moment and become more in tune with your thoughts and emotions. Consider setting aside time each day for reflection and self-assessment. Journaling can be an effective way to process your experiences, emotions, and thoughts, helping you become more aware of the present moment. By reflecting on your day and identifying patterns in your thoughts and behaviors, you can gain valuable insights that can help you stay focused on the present and make more conscious choices moving forward. Lesson 4. Cultivate humility and empathy. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Humility and empathy are essential virtues for building resilience and inner strength. They help us develop stronger relationships, create a more compassionate mindset, and foster greater self-awareness. Marcus Aurelius' quote serves as a reminder that before we judge or criticize others, we must first reflect on our own imperfections and strive to understand the experiences and feelings of those around us. Practicing humility involves recognizing that we are not infallible and that we can learn from others regardless of their status or background. By adopting a humble attitude, we become more open to feedback and personal growth, enabling us to overcome challenges and adapt to new situations more effectively. To practice humility in your daily life, make an effort to listen more and speak less. Pay attention to the ideas and opinions of others and be open to the possibility that you may be wrong or have something to learn from them. Additionally, be willing to admit your mistakes and take responsibility for your actions. This willingness to be vulnerable can help you grow as a person and develop a more resilient mindset. Empathy, on the other hand, involves putting yourself in another person's shoes and trying to understand their feelings, thoughts, and experiences. This ability to connect with others on a deeper level can help you navigate difficult situations and foster stronger relationships, ultimately making you more resilient in the face of adversity. To develop empathy, practice active listening when conversing with others. Give them your full attention and strive to understand their perspective without judgment. Ask open-ended questions to encourage deeper sharing and show genuine interest in their feelings and experiences. Volunteering or engaging in acts of service can also help you build empathy. Helping others, especially those in need or facing challenges, can provide you with a greater understanding of their experiences and emotions, fostering a deeper sense of compassion and empathy. Humility and empathy are key components of building resilience and inner strength. By practicing active listening, engaging in self-reflection, and participating in activities that foster compassion, we can develop a more empathetic and humble outlook on life. Lesson 5. Practice gratitude. When you rise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius reminds us of the power and importance of gratitude in our lives. By focusing on the blessings we have and appreciating the beauty of life, we can foster a more positive mindset, enhance our well-being, and build resilience in the face of challenges. There are numerous benefits to embracing gratitude. Studies have shown that people who regularly express gratitude experience increased happiness, improved mental health, stronger relationships, and even better physical health. Grateful individuals tend to be more optimistic, have lower levels of stress and anxiety, and are better equipped to handle difficult situations. To integrate gratitude into your daily life, consider starting a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. This simple practice can help you shift your focus from the negative aspects of life to the positive, enabling you to recognize and appreciate the good things that are often overlooked. Another way to practice gratitude is to express your appreciation to others. Take the time to thank friends, family, and colleagues for their support, kindness, and understanding. By acknowledging the value of their contributions to your life, you not only strengthen your relationships, but also reinforce your own sense of gratitude. Additionally, make a habit of reflecting on your achievements and accomplishments, as well as the challenges you've overcome. Recognizing your personal growth and the lessons you've learned can help you appreciate the journey you've taken, fostering a deeper sense of gratitude for the experiences that have shaped you. Mindfulness can also play a role in developing gratitude. By paying attention to the present moment, you can notice the small joys and pleasures that often go unnoticed, such as the warmth of the sun on your face or the laughter of a loved one. By savoring these moments, you can nurture a greater sense of gratitude for the simple gifts life has to offer. Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to enhance your overall well-being, foster a positive mindset, and build resilience. By maintaining a gratitude journal, expressing appreciation to others, reflecting on personal growth, and practicing mindfulness, you can develop a deeper sense of gratitude for life's many blessings. Lesson 6. Embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In this powerful lesson, Marcus Aurelius teaches us to view adversity not as an insurmountable obstacle, but as an opportunity for personal growth and self-improvement. By shifting our perspective on challenges and setbacks, we can develop greater resilience and inner strength, allowing us to overcome even the most difficult situations. Challenges can be opportunities for personal growth in several ways. They can help us build new skills, gain valuable experience, and learn more about ourselves and our capabilities. Additionally, overcoming adversity can foster a greater sense of self-confidence, as we recognize our ability to navigate difficult situations and emerge stronger on the other side. To reframe adversity as a chance to learn and grow, start by adopting a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself what skills or knowledge you can acquire from the experience and how it can help you become a better, more capable person. Another technique to help you embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth is to practice reframing negative thoughts. When encountering a difficult situation, try to identify the negative thoughts that arise and consciously shift them into more positive, empowering statements. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'll never be able to handle this," reframe it as, "This is a challenging situation, but I can learn and grow from it." You can also seek inspiration from the stories of others who have overcome adversity and achieved personal growth. Research the lives of famous figures, read biographies, or listen to podcasts about individuals who have faced significant challenges and used them as stepping stones to success. These examples can serve as a powerful reminder of the potential for growth and transformation that lies within every obstacle. Lastly, consider seeking support from friends, family, or professional counselors when faced with adversity. Surrounding yourself with a supportive network can provide valuable encouragement, advice, and perspective, helping you to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. Embracing adversity as an opportunity for growth is a key component of building resilience and inner strength. By adopting a growth mindset, practicing reframing, seeking inspiration, and leaning on a support network, we can learn to view challenges as chances to learn, grow, and become better versions of ourselves. Lesson 7. Be guided by reason. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius highlights the crucial role that rational thinking and logic play in our overall happiness and ability to overcome adversity. By guiding our thoughts and actions with reason, we can make more informed decisions, manage our emotions more effectively, and navigate challenges with greater clarity and resilience. Rational thinking is important in overcoming adversity because it enables us to objectively assess a situation, identify potential solutions, and weigh the pros and cons of each option. By approaching challenges with a logical mindset, we can minimize the influence of impulsive emotions such as fear or anger, which can often cloud our judgment and lead to poor decision-making. One way to develop rational thinking is by practicing critical thinking skills. This involves questioning assumptions, evaluating evidence, and considering alternative viewpoints. When faced with a difficult situation, take a step back and ask yourself what assumptions you might be making, whether there is sufficient evidence to support your beliefs, and if there are any alternative explanations or solutions that you may have overlooked. Another strategy for cultivating rational thinking is to engage in regular self-reflection. By periodically examining our thoughts, beliefs, and actions, we can gain a deeper understanding of our motivations, biases, and thought patterns. This self-awareness can help us recognize when our thinking may be influenced by emotions or false assumptions, allowing us to redirect our thoughts toward a more logical and reasoned approach. It's also important to practice emotional regulation, as strong emotions can often interfere with rational thinking. Techniques such as mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises can help you manage your emotions more effectively, creating the mental space needed for clear, logical thinking. Finally, consider seeking out opportunities to learn and develop your problem-solving skills. Engage in activities that challenge your mind, such as solving puzzles, playing strategy games, or participating in debates. These experiences can help sharpen your logical thinking abilities and enhance your capacity to approach adversity with reason and clarity. Being guided by reason is a vital component of overcoming adversity and building resilience. By practicing critical thinking, engaging in self-reflection, managing emotions, and honing problem-solving skills, we can develop a more rational mindset that allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and success. Lesson 8. Cultivate inner peace. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the profound impact our thoughts have on our emotional state and inner peace. Cultivating inner peace is essential in building resilience and maintaining emotional balance, as it allows us to navigate challenges more effectively and maintain a sense of calm in the face of adversity. Inner peace is important for several reasons. First, it helps us manage stress and anxiety more effectively. When we are at peace with ourselves, we are better equipped to handle the pressures and uncertainties that life inevitably presents. This emotional balance can help prevent burnout, reduce the risk of mental health issues, and promote overall well-being. Second, inner peace allows us to think more clearly and make better decisions. When our minds are not clouded by emotional turbulence, we can approach challenges with a greater sense of clarity and focus, allowing us to develop more effective solutions and strategies. An effective way for cultivating inner peace is engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. This might include spending time in nature, pursuing hobbies, or connecting with loved ones. Prioritizing self-care and nurturing activities can help replenish your emotional reserves and promote a sense of balance and tranquility. It's also essential to develop healthy coping mechanisms for managing stress and negative emotions. This might involve practicing deep breathing exercises or engaging in physical activity such as yoga or walking. These techniques can help release tension and restore emotional equilibrium. Lastly, consider adopting a regular gratitude practice, as discussed earlier. By focusing on the positives in your life and expressing gratitude for the blessings you have, you can foster a more optimistic outlook and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Lesson 9. Practice detachment. Attach yourself to what is spiritually superior, regardless of what other people think or do. In this lesson, Marcus Aurelius encourages us to practice detachment from external events and circumstances. By focusing on our inner values and spiritual growth, rather than seeking validation or fulfillment from external sources, we can develop greater resilience and inner strength. The benefits of detachment are numerous. Detachment allows us to maintain a sense of equanimity and emotional stability, even in the face of adversity or challenging situations. It also helps us avoid becoming overly attached to outcomes, possessions, or the opinions of others, which can lead to stress, anxiety, and disappointment. To cultivate detachment in daily life, begin by becoming more mindful of your thoughts and reactions to external events. Pay attention to how you respond to situations and practice observing your emotions and thoughts without becoming overly attached or identified with them. This increased self-awareness can help you recognize when you may be overly invested in external circumstances and make a conscious effort to shift your focus inward. Another tip for practicing detachment is to regularly remind yourself of the impermanent nature of life. Recognize that possessions, relationships, and circumstances are all subject to change, and that seeking lasting happiness from these sources is ultimately futile. Instead, strive to find inner contentment and fulfillment by focusing on your personal growth, values, and spirituality. Developing a strong sense of self and knowing your core values can also help you cultivate detachment. When you have a clear understanding of what truly matters to you, it becomes easier to let go of external factors that may not align with your values. Spend time reflecting on your core beliefs and use them as a guiding force in your decision-making and actions. Lastly, engage in regular spiritual or reflective practices such as meditation, journaling, or prayer. These practices can help you deepen your connection to your inner self, promoting a sense of detachment from external influences and fostering a greater focus on personal growth and spiritual development. Practicing detachment from external events and circumstances can be a powerful tool for building resilience and inner strength. By cultivating mindfulness, embracing impermanence, understanding your values, and engaging in spiritual practices, you can develop a sense of detachment that allows you to navigate life's challenges with greater grace and equanimity. Lesson 10. Keep moving forward. Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours. In this final lesson, Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of perseverance and forward momentum in overcoming adversity. By focusing on the blessings we already have and maintaining a growth mindset, we can continue to progress and evolve even in the face of challenges. Perseverance is crucial in overcoming adversity because it enables us to push through obstacles, learn from setbacks, and keep moving toward our goals. By maintaining a forward momentum, we can build resilience and inner strength, as well as develop the skills and experience necessary to navigate future challenges. To maintain motivation and a growth mindset, start by setting clear, achievable goals that align with your values and passions. By having a clear vision of what you want to achieve, you can stay focused and motivated, even when faced with obstacles or setbacks. Break your goals down into smaller, manageable steps and celebrate your progress along the way to maintain motivation. Another suggestion for maintaining motivation is to practice self-compassion. Recognize that setbacks and challenges are a natural part of life and treat yourself with kindness and understanding when you encounter difficulties. By cultivating self-compassion, you can maintain a positive attitude and stay motivated to continue moving forward, even when faced with adversity. Additionally, surrounding yourself with supportive and like-minded individuals can help you maintain motivation and a growth mindset. Seek out friends, mentors, or support groups that share your values and goals, and draw inspiration and encouragement from their successes and experiences. Finally, take time to regularly reflect on your progress and accomplishments. Acknowledge the obstacles you've overcome, the skills you've acquired, and the growth you've experienced along the way. This reflection can help you maintain a sense of forward momentum and inspire you to continue pushing through challenges and pursuing your goals. Maintaining perseverance and forward momentum is essential in overcoming adversity and building resilience. By setting clear goals, practicing self-compassion, surrounding yourself with support, and reflecting on your progress, you can maintain motivation and continue moving forward, no matter the challenges life may present. We have explored 10 powerful life lessons from Marcus Aurelius' meditations that can help us build resilience and inner strength. These lessons have offered us invaluable insights into controlling our perceptions, accepting what we cannot change, focusing on the present moment, developing humility and empathy, practicing gratitude, embracing adversity as an opportunity for growth, being guided by reason, cultivating inner peace, practicing detachment, and maintaining forward momentum. By integrating these timeless teachings into our daily lives, we can foster personal growth, overcome adversity, and live more fulfilling, purpose-driven lives. It is important to remember that building resilience and inner strength is a lifelong journey, and implementing these lessons takes time, practice, and dedication. As you continue to face challenges and setbacks, draw upon the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and strive to embody the principles he so eloquently shared in his meditations. By doing so, you will not only become more resilient and resourceful in the face of adversity, but will also discover a greater sense of inner peace, purpose, and fulfillment. As we part ways, I encourage you to reflect on these 10 life lessons and consider how you can apply them in your own life. As you embark on this journey of personal growth and self-discovery, remember that the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius is a timeless guide that can help you navigate life's challenges with grace, wisdom, and resilience. In the words of the great Stoic philosopher himself, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By incorporating these lessons into your daily life, you can positively shape the quality of your thoughts and cultivate the resilience and inner strength necessary to thrive in an ever-changing world. May you find strength, inspiration, and growth through the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, and may your journey towards resilience and inner strength be one of deep self-discovery, fulfillment, and lasting happiness.